We are asking that we want to walk on the same path, so guide us on that path. Okay? So now we have specified one group of people, okay, that we want to walk or we want to be guided only on that path which was a favor of you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the past. Okay? Now, we want to be a little bit more specific. So now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us few more words after that. Okay? Now, in the past, there were two other kinds of people. Actually, those who were disobedient people. Two things happened to those. One thing was that they were misguided. They were taken by shaitan and went to misguidance. And then there was another group of people in the past that they went so far away from the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah's anger came on them in this world. So there were obedient people were the people who received His blessing. The remaining people were divided into two categories. They both were disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But one of them was simply misguided. They went on the wrong path. But another group went on the wrong path, so much so, knowingly disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah's anger came upon those people and they were destroyed. Okay? So we are making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we do not want to be in any of those two groups. The only group that we want to be is the one which is an'amta alayhim. So with that, let's look at these words. Ghayril maghdubi. Okay. So the word is ghain, dad and ba. Ghadaba. This means to be angry. Ghadab. Wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ghadab. Okay. Ghadaba means to be angry with someone. Okay. Now, the noun from this is ghadabun. Ghadabun means anger. Ghadabun means anger. Okay. Now, if I put a meme in the beginning and a waw in the middle, so this word will become maghdubun. Okay. Maghdubun. Okay. Now, from an example, let's learn something. What is the meaning of this word? Okay. If you have this word, which most people know, qaf, ta and la, qatala means to kill someone. Okay. Qatala means to kill. There is a word maqtul. Maqtul, and there is a word qatil or qatilun. Qatil means the killer. Maqtul is the one who got killed. Qatil is the killer. Maqtul is a person who got killed. So the rule is that if you put a meme in the beginning and a waw before the last letter, it becomes the one who is affected. Right? So that's what I did. I put a meme in the beginning and a waw here and left these three letters. So it became maghdub. maghdubun means someone who received the anger. Maqtul is someone who received the death. So the one who is receiving is made by this rule in Arabic. You put a mim in the beginning and a waw before the last letter. Maqtul. Okay. And there are a lot of words that are on this scale. Maf'ul. Okay. The one some work is being done on. Okay. So maghdubun means he who received anger or wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maghdubun. So now if I combine that, I can write down like that. Maghdubun. I just wrote down these words together. Maghdubun is the word that means the person who receives the anger. Now, receiving the anger means Allah's azab came upon them. Allah's punishment came upon them. Okay? Many nations were destroyed. Okay? Many nations were permanently put in the category of maghdub by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So that is maghdub. The one who received something. What did he receive? Or what those people received? Allah's anger. Okay? They were punished. Maghdubun. Now, if we put an al in the beginning, al means the. Okay? And when you put al, one of these dhammas is not pronounced, it becomes al-maghdubu. Now we are talking about some very specific people who received the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Because we don't know who received the anger and who was destroyed by, like a flood came and people got destroyed. What they disobedient people or not? So just the destruction is not the quality, the reason that they received the ghadab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They received the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like tsunami came. A lot of innocent people died. Okay? It doesn't mean that it was the azab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the way their death was written. But then there were other nations and other people who received the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they were destroyed because of that. So now we are talking about only those people who received his anger. Okay?
I have a question. Is there any plurality in here? Because you are switching between plural and singular man and people, so I'm not sure.
Right. So, maghdub is one who received. Okay? The word after that is a plural here. So, this alayhim is them. So, those who received anger. Okay? The received anger will remain same. Okay? But now I'm not going to use he who, alayhim will become now those who.
Is there a way to say, let's say, killers rather than killer? Like maqtul, or the people who are killers?
Yeah, maqtul.
Right.
No, killer is qatil.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is that maqtul, they say multiple people.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay,
how would
yes,
you make
yes.
this multiple?
So maqtulun.
Okay, so
Yeah.
un is the one.
Yeah, un is the one which makes it plural. Like Muslim, muslimun. Munafiq, munafiqun. So waw and noon at the end makes it plural. Okay? But also remember that if you are talking about a group of people, okay, and then you are using some other way of glorifying them, then you can use a singular there. Okay? So, okay, now, al-maghdubu, now, al-maghdubu means those who receive, or he who received the anger. The ghayr here, the word ghayr means not. Ghayr means not or other than. Okay? So combining ghayr and al-maghdubu, we are saying not those who received your anger. If it was al-maghdubu, means we are talking about those who received the anger. So we are saying, oh Allah, show us the path of those who did not receive your anger, who were guided, who received your favor, and who did not receive your anger. So these are still good people. Maghdub are bad people, but Ghair al-Maghdub are good people. Okay? So now this Ghair is a harf jar, so it changes Dhamma to a Kasra. Okay? So the meaning will be not who received anger. And alayhim again, upon them. So we are describing few categories here. First category is that the path of those who got your favor. Number two, path of those who did not receive your anger. Not receive your anger means you were happy with those people. They were guided people. Okay? And then we are specifying the third category here. Okay? By saying Waladdallin. So let's understand that word. Okay. So this Lam, Dad and Lam are the root letters. Dad, Lam and Lam. This means to go astray or to be misguided. To go astray means someone who has gone wrong. That's what the meaning is. To go astray means to leave the right path and go on the wrong path. Dalala. Okay? If I make a noun with this, the noun is Dallun. Dallun means he who went astray. A person who has gone on the wrong path is Dallun. Okay? Dallun is a person who has gone on the wrong path. Okay? Now, again, I will put few more things here. If I put an al before that, al, okay, that means I am putting a da in the beginning here. The person who went astray, okay, that person, that special person who was misguided, who went on the wrong path. That is the meaning of al with this word. Okay. Now, when we put an al, one dhamma goes away, and it will become al dallu. Okay, that's the rule of al. That when you put al, okay. I just want to give an example because this comes so much. If you have a book, okay, a book means kitabun. Kitabun means a book. Okay. If I put an al before that, okay, that means I'm putting a da here. Right? Now, this is a wrong statement. A book cannot be a book and the book at the same time. A book can be any book, but the book is a very special book. So in English, when I put in the, I have to remove this R here from here. Okay. In Arabic, when we are putting al here, I have to remove one dhamma from here, which is same thing like removing an A from here. So it is al-kitabu now. Al-kitabu means the book. Kitabun means a book. So whenever we want to make a proper noun or a specific, and we put a da there or al there, then one of these dhamma has to be removed. So it becomes al-dallu. Also in the recitation in Tajweed, dal is a shamsi letter. When lam comes before that, it kills the sound of lam, and dal is recited 2 times. So this becomes ad-dallu. Not anymore al-dallu. Ad-dallu means the one who went wrong, straight. Okay? Dallin is the plural of this word. Dallin is the plural, which means those who went astray. Now notice there is no alayhim after that. So we are going to use the full word plural. Okay? Dallin, those who went astray. Those who went astray. Okay?
So this encompasses both men and women, right? Even
Oh,
though it's
definitely. Okay. Now also in English, in Arabic, waw with a fatha means and la means not. Okay. When you write down these two together, these two, va, la, you can translate this as a nor. Okay. So that's the word here, nor. You can say and not, or you can say nor. Okay. So now what we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we don't want the path of those who received your anger. Also we don't want the path of those who went astray. Now the people who went astray, they may be sincere in their going astray. They might have thought that they were doing the right thing, without realizing that actually they were doing the wrong thing. Okay? And many nations, example is given in some books of history. For example, the Christians very sincerely think that they're right. Okay? Very sincerely think that they're right. So those are in the category of dallin. They have gone astray without realizing that this is not the right path. But then there were other people in the history who were arrogant and rejecting the message of the prophets. For example, the Quraysh, Kuffar of Makkah, they were doing. They knew that this was a true prophet. Pharaoh knew that Musa alayhi salam was a prophet, but they were purposely rejecting. Okay? So those people were the ones who received anger from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But there is another group of people which honestly, sincerely in their minds think that they are right, but they are not right. Those are dallin. So we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we don't want the path of either of those. We don't want the path of those who received your anger. We don't want the path of those who sincerely thinking that they were right but they were wrong. But we want the path of those who received your favor. Now we don't know how much and what favor they received, but obviously anyone who receives the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is on the right path. Okay? And this is not only the worldly material favor. This is the favor of the guidance, because we are starting our sentence with the guide us. show us the path, guide us to the path of only one group of people, which is this, not the other two groups of people. Okay? So this is basically the entire dua that we are making in the salah, 5 times a day, multiple times in the rakats, that we keep asking and we keep asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the same thing again and again and again. Okay? And so this is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us to repeatedly keep asking, because this is not something which comes free. This has to be asked in the full state of submission, begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this is what we want. In this Surah Fatiha or in any of these ayahs, we are not asking the worldly things. None of the worldly things is being asked here. Okay? Only one thing is being asked, guidance. Okay? And being very specific about the guidance and the definition of the guidance. So inshallah we'll stop here and we'll continue next time.